My name is Mia, and this is part 2 of areas and cortexes of the cerebrum. So, a cortex is a layer that is located on the outer layer of our brain, and it is 1 to 5 millimeters thick. And an area is a part of our brain that goes all the way through it. And the cortexes and areas that we reviewed in part 1 were, in the frontal lobe, there was this motor cortex right here, which is responsible for voluntary movements. Then there was the Broca's area right here, which is responsible for producing speech. The gustatory cortex that we can't see here, but we can see on this visual, that is responsible for what we taste. And then in the parietal lobe, the somatosensory cortex, which is responsible for sensory information from the entire body. And then the vernix area, this almond shape here, which is responsible for language comprehension. And if you remember, the vernix area is located in the parietal lobe and in the temporal lobe. And a cortex in the temporal lobe is the auditory cortex. So the auditory cortex interprets sound from the ears, and this is the auditory cortex right here. That's it. Yeah? Okay. And so also it tries to identify where the sound is coming from. And then another cortex, which we can't see on here, is the olfactory cortex. So you can see it on here, which is responsible for sense of smell. So people have about 450 olfactory receptors. And a receptor is like a lock, and each odor molecule is the key to the lock. So each receptor can detect several different odors. And so for comparison, dogs have twice as many receptors as we do. In the occipital lobe, there is the visual cortex. So here it is, right here. That's the visual cortex. And it is responsible for visual information from our eyes. So the eyes are like a lens of the camera, if we think about it, that receive information. And your visual cortex is like a camera that records that information that the lens gives it. And the visual cortex in animals is actually much bigger than it is in humans, because animals rely on their vision, and of course humans rely on their vision as well, but they also have many other senses to keep themselves safe. And then we also see, a fun fact is we see upside down, and the visual cortex actually turns all the images right side up. And it is known, and it is thought that babies see upside down for a little bit until the visual cortex right here is able to turn the image right side up. And Dr. Stratton, who lived a long time ago, and he made an experiment in the 1890s, and he wore glasses that turned everything upside down. So he wore them for 8 days, and on the 5th day, he started to see right side up. And this is because the visual cortex got used to everything being upside down, that the visual cortex learned how to flip the image right side up. That is it for this video. Bye! Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye!